One house.
I need a second chance.
Women from all walks of life. Striving. Bonding. Reinventing themselves.
This house changed my life.
Starting over. Life has never been this real. Previously on Starting Over, Towanda revealed to Kim that she had a big secret.
It's not my place to share it with anybody else until she decides to share it. They said, you know something that nobody else has known. Will you tell me? And I said, no, I won't.
Sinae's roommates struggled to grasp her recent blindness.
How did you lose your vision?
It kind of just happened.
And how did it feel not to have your mom there?
It was a good experience.
Are you saying to me that you and your mom are close or not close?
Very close.
Very close.
Very close. I think we're dependent on each other.
And Deborah's eagerness to tell her story created a lot of stress in the house.
I don't have good relationships with women.
I need to start sweating.
Deborah! She's gonna make this group about her.
Somehow or another, we always get back to Deborah's issue.
And after the meeting, Deborah threatened to walk out.
Are you gonna let them decide your future? Are you gonna let them be in charge?
I'm just too tired to fight. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me anymore to fight. It's like, I wanted to come here and lose weight. I'm sorry I brought up the fact that win me, but I was anxious today. So sorry, but you know what? If that's what I get for being anxious, I'll just shut up.
I don't know when was the last time Deborah was really listened to. Just listened to. I am so sorry that you have had a challenging time. I am so sorry that you feel like giving up.
You know, maybe I should be like my friend said. So if you're insulted, just water off a duck's back. Well, I'm not a duck. I'm a human, okay? And
after all that was said upstairs, I don't know if it's like my step to make to try to be her friend or if it's something she's got to do.
Deborah said she felt attacked by everybody in the house, but then she didn't want to hear it. She just wants to be right.
She just wants to lose weight. She doesn't think she has any...
She's a right fighter. That's what she is.
A right fighter.
A right fighter. She just wants to be right. Do you want to be right or do you want to fix it? Because if you just want to be right, then be right. Because she doesn't listen.
If she would listen to anything that any of us had to say in the first place, she wouldn't feel attacked. Every time we're in group and we're talking about one of us, she doesn't pay attention.
This experience, if she allows to let go, will be a wonderful experience.
She's in her own world. Like, she could give a less about any of us.
I don't have to be here with someone that feels negative about me. I just want to lose weight. That's all I want. I don't want to...
And why do you want to lose weight?
Because I want to feel better about myself.
Yes, so you really want to feel better about you.
Yes.
Losing weight is just a function, a pathway.
Symptom of it, yes, I know.
So you want to feel better about you. And what if, just a crazy thought, might not be true, just making it up, figuring out a way on how to not necessarily be best friends with these women, I'm not even saying that, but just figuring out a way to connect.
I just want to be real. I don't want to say the answer that you want to hear. I want to be real.
Deborah is misunderstood in so many ways. She just is needy. She's just alone. She's scared.
I just feel like such a failure, but what can I do? I feel like we already started off on the wrong foot. I feel like...
What's the benefit of staying in the starting over house?
Success for me.
Inside, outside?
Both.
Okay. And I want to help you do that.
Okay.
And we're starting today.
Okay.
Deborah has agreed to stay in the starting over house. She says she's going to do everything I suggest, and she says that she is going to be committed. So now we just have to wait and see. And Deborah, thank you. Thank you for trusting me.
I didn't say I would. I just said I'd give you a chance. And trust will come with the end result.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to the doctor today, and with every new doctor,
that I visit, there is always a tinge of hope.
Hi, Sinae. I'm Dr. Gallimore. Nice to meet you. I'm going to take a careful look at your eyes. I'll let you know exactly what I see and if there's anything I would recommend.
I'm hoping that they have some new test or new procedure that might help with my vision.
I agree with the people that have examined you so far. You have a condition called oculocutaneous albinism. That's where you have reduced pigmentation in the back of your eyes and on your skin. The less pigment you have, the less development there is of the nerves in the back of your eye.
For the first time, I really understand what it's like to see through Sinae's eyes. I understand her condition. This helps a lot. Now together we can move forward and help her develop independence.
I think you're going to keep the vision that you have. And I think you're going to be able to function really well as you get better glasses and you get used to your situation. One thing I want to emphasize for you is that you can have a pretty darn normal life. And there are many opportunities for you in the future. There are special kinds of devices that are being developed every year that allow you to use the vision that you have more effectively. And perhaps even driving and all the activities that you would like to do may be possible for you. All right, thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
It's really what I mean. It's coming from my heart, and I'm putting it out there, and that's all I can do, and see what happens.
Iyanla is giving me an assignment to ask Deborah out to dinner. And to be quite honest with you, I don't really know how to do it. I'm completely shocked. I can't believe Kim is gonna put herself out there like that to possibly and most likely be rejected. I have had a rough day. Have you?
Yeah.
Would you please come to dinner with me? You and me alone. Any restaurant of your choice.
I mean,
you look so
I'm really appreciative. I'm listening to it, but I'm wondering, like, why? I mean, it would be just like the president came and said, "Come on down, Deborah," and I don't even vote. That was an analogy. An analogy. It would just be like the president.
Yes or no?
All right, you want to grab a cab?
I do.
Your job is to get a cab, and your job is to get home in this cab.
Okay.
Sinae talks about how she doesn't know how to get from one place to another without her mom. Well, today she's going to do it. She's going to go from the doctor's office back to the starting over house.
Okay, you know where to go, right?
Yep.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good job.
I've actually never taken a cab alone before, even fully sighted, so it's scary, and I think that's a big step in my goals. I'm looking out of the window of the cab. I can't really see much of it. It's pretty blurry and there's not much definition. I can see all the people walking down the street. I can see that there's stoplights, but not really the street signs. I can't see the street signs. Everything just kind of blends together.
There you are. Ready? Yeah, ready. Have fun, y'all. Are you tired?
Kim's goal here in the starting over house is to mend broken relationships with women. Yet she has a lot of complaints about her roommate. I can fix that. I'll send them to dinner together.
Well, I hate to do this to you.
No, don't say that.
But you have to drive.
Why?
Because I'm not clear.
I forgot you're not on the list.
I'm sorry. Do you think we missed it?
No, because if the address was 612, all these were 4-digit numbers, how could we have missed it? 712 must be somewhere back there.
But you know what I'm thinking? I am thinking that it's that way.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Well, I don't know. I don't want you to stop me. There it is, the pig. Is this it?
Right here.
You want to sit here?
No, let's sit here.
That sounds great.
Oh, Kim asking me to dinner, I'm very flattered. I'm wondering why. I'm hoping that we can talk out some of the differences that we have.
What about today, like, upset you? What do you mean? You said if it keeps on going like today.
Well, after what I experienced today, I didn't say anything about my dead husband and my baby. No, I was like, if it's gonna be like that, you know, we haven't even been here a week. And that's why I was in there packing my bags to go.
I don't want this to be fake, and I am trying really hard to have this be sincere.
Oh, so you don't feel that that helped you?
Is that significant, you think?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. What did I get myself into?
My secret is about to come out. I'm very interested in seeing how Deborah is going to react.
It was fun. I'll call you for my next ride. Honeys, I'm home. How was it? Guess how I got home? No. A taxi. Yes, ma'am. How was that? Fun. Was it part of being independent? Yeah. So here I am. I think I need a lesson in that.
Iyanla is giving me an assignment to take Deborah out to dinner.
Are you willing to do things that you don't want to do?
Well,
I mean, are you willing to step? But there's some things you're not willing to.
Yeah, to a point.
I mean, what are you talking about today when you
I don't
said?
feel that kind of thing helps me. You have to understand my mother's an evangelist missionary. That's, you know, the kind of stuff I've grown up hearing all day.
So you are close to your father, but not really your mom. Is that?
Yeah, pretty much. Love her to death. We have a personality conflict, and, you know, as a result of raising so many children.
Now, how many are you?
I have 6 brothers and sisters, 5 living, yeah.
My game plan was to ask Deborah about herself. The more I did that and we talked about her, the more I feel she opened up to me.
My little girl has dyslexia.
Oh, does she really?
And,
you didn't tell me that. Is learning harder for her?
A little bit. I sent her to a special school when I first got the diagnosis. I kind of panicked, and I was trying to find something specifically geared toward that, you know? The bottom line is there's just only so much we have control of in this world.
I think the biggest misconception about Deborah is she doesn't listen. She really does listen if you can try to project yourself that you're interested in what she has to say. Good morning.
Morning, darling. How you doing today?
That I'll tell you.
All right, but let's go downstairs. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Hello?
Who are you?
We're on our way to your house.
For what?
To water the grass.
Really?
Yeah? Alright, so had you made up with the people?
Everything's better than it was, you know. I think I just do better just being like more superficial, you know. Hi, how you doing? Isn't the weather nice today?
Oh.
So light and polite, soft and fluffy, and I believe that'll work.
You may not always be aware of how other people see you.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Self-awareness is the key for Kim. Today's exercise will give her a better understanding of what she thinks about herself and how other people perceive her. And what I want you to do, Kim, is pick a card. Pick the card, pull it out, and show it to me. So that means the rose will be facing you. Good. Now, do it again. Do it again. Have your thought first. The cards in Kim's deck represent 12 of the most common negative thoughts most human beings have about themselves. Excellent. Is that accurate? Have you ever thought this about yourself? Yeah.
I remember when I was young, I used to sit in front of the mirror and cry because I was so ugly.
Yeah. So even when you're not aware of it, Kim, you're projecting this out into the world.
Wow. I feel other people are judgmental to me, but they don't know me. They judge me.
Judgmental means that you hold a right, a wrong, a good, a bad, a should, and a shouldn't. Anytime you're shoulding on somebody or you're allowing somebody to should on you, there's a judgment in place.
Right.
Don't should on people and don't let people should on you. Kim doesn't realize that she wears her reality on her sleeve. The very thing she thinks about herself is the very card she pulled from the deck. How about matching your skirts to the shopping bags? How about that?
You think that's scary?
What do you think?
I didn't think so.
Because someplace in you, to combat the I'm not important lie, there's a lie that says I'm more important than everybody else. Now you see how it's done. You see how it's done. You shuffle the cards, you go to a person, you make contact with them, you ask them to pull 3 cards. So I want you to do this with your roommate because that's your sister. And we want to know how your sister sees you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's gonna be embarrassing.
When Kim gets feedback from her roommate, Kim will have a full understanding about how she shows up in the world. Can we do this? Yes.
How you living, ladies?
Hello, good. How's everybody doing on day 4?
Good.
Good? What's good mean?
Well, it's just good for me because I hadn't told my story just yet.
Who hasn't told that story? Just you and Deborah.
Deborah and Towanda. Deborah, you talked about needing patience. Because today, we're gonna go to Towanda first. And it's really to support you in the process, based on our conversation yesterday. Just know that I'm here for you. Just know that Iyanla's here for you, and that the Starting Over House is here for you. And we are gonna move to Towanda to help you practice just another day of patience. Does that make sense? Yes.
So, once upon a time, there was a lady named Towanda. And today we're going to tell her story. Let's have an inner vision of Towanda. Good. Whoa. Whoa.
My secret is about to come out, and I'm very interested in seeing how Deborah is going to react.
What? Who is that, Towanda?
Okay. That's 2 of my sisters and myself. That's Tamar, Trina, and me.
And what are you guys doing?
We were actually at a photo shoot for the cover of our album.
Your album?
In 1996, we released an album called The Braxtons.
The Braxtons.
Wait, you are not Tony's sister?
Yes, I am. In 1989, it was the 5 girls in the group. It was called The Braxtons.
Wait, you are not Tony's sister?
Yes, I am.
Go on, girl. Love her.
Thank you.
T, I think, was nervous in sharing that Toni Braxton was her sister, at least in the beginning, because I really feel she wants to let people see who she is.
So what part did you sing in the group? I mean, you know, alto, soprano.
I'm a contralto.
A contralto. Oh, so you carried a melody. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. So the five of you were in a group,
Right.
singing together, the Braxton.
Right.
And Toni got signed.
We had a showcase for LA and Babyface. And Toni talked to them and they wanted to sign her. She had a great voice. And I will never forget, my sister Tracy said, you know what, Toni, do your thing. And, you know, just this is a chance of a lifetime.
It's really cool that Towanda's Toni Braxton's sister, and it's really cool that they have a close relationship despite the breaking up of the Braxtons group.
So then it was me, Tamar, and Trina.
And Tracy fell out because...
Tracy fell out. She was pregnant.
But now the 5-part harmony has become a 3-part harmony. And Toni's, talk to me about that and what that felt like to start losing pieces of that foundation.
I couldn't imagine what it would be like to have your sister rocket, you know, to some type of success, and you're probably as talented.
When Tamar left the group, I didn't know about it.
What do you mean?
She didn't tell me.
What do you mean? She left and didn't tell you? What do you mean? Just breathe through it.
She signed a contract and didn't tell me. And I was so embarrassed because I was actually trying to create something else for us, the 3 girls. And it was like everyone in the industry knew, but me and Trina.
The difference between Toni and Tamar is that Toni came to us first and say, hey guys, you know, LaFace wants to sign me. How do y'all feel about it? With Tamar, it wasn't like that. She didn't come to us and tell us, hey guys, I have an opportunity. It was nothing like that.
As soon as when I found out about it, she tried to sugarcoat it.
And how did you respond?
It wasn't good. It was difficult because we were so used to being with each other because it was always the 5 girls, the 5 girls, the 5 girls. Even when we were singing behind my father, because my father was a minister.
Your father was a minister?
And so was my mother. Well, what happened was my father stepped out on my mother.
What does that mean? Your father?
He committed adultery.
Okay, he had an affair.
Infidelity.
Okay.
And
As
they were
minister.
Right, as minister. And my parents were getting a divorce. They were under the United Methodist Conference. And it was either he revealed it or he stepped down. He stepped down.
Okay.
From my understanding, he's still ministering now since all of that stuff has gone on. But I don't think I'll be able to sit through a sermon listening to him.
Why not?
Because to me, it'd be fake.
What would be fake?
Listening to him preach. It's a healing process for me.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Okay. But don't say you wouldn't be able to just at this time.
At this time. And I don't know, but not at this time.
I respect that. But can I ask you a question? Would you be open to the possibility that that could change?
It's going to be very difficult.
So then you're not singing anymore with the group?
No.
The
it's
harmonies?
no more group.
No more group. How do you feel about that?
Awful. It's not a good feeling.
Nothing hurts more than to be abandoned and to be left in the dark. And I feel that Towanda has so much hurt inside from that she just really is afraid to share.
Let's see the next picture. Now, who is that?
That's me and my honey. We go to the karaoke bar every Saturday.
Every Saturday. So I'm hearing
like a date for us.
When did you get married?
January 9th.
Of this year?
This year?
Oh, you're a newlywed.
Oh.
So did you have a wedding? What happened?
Well, what had happened was...
Oh, no.
We woke up one day, it was on Friday, and said, we need to go ahead and get married. We were talking about it, but we actually got up this day and went to the courthouse. It took us an hour and got married.
Wait a minute, work with me. Minister's daughter, and you went to the courthouse and got married. Why didn't you have a wedding?
Well,
not big, just wedding.
A wedding, a ceremony.
Yeah.
I just have one little girl. It would break my heart if my daughter went to the Justice of the Peace to get married. It broke my heart. And her mother's a minister, so I know it broke her heart that her child didn't get married in the church.
We were going to get married September of last year. However, my sister Trina set her date 1 month prior to the date we set. So we said, you know what, we'll just go ahead and get married next year, which would have been this year, and we just went ahead and did it in January.
But there's a theme here. Tamar didn't tell you she was leaving the group, and Trina didn't tell you she was getting married. What you
I'm
say?
the middle child.
Everybody leaves her in the dark,
Yeah.
and she tends to get the...
And she holds the melody. She holds the melody. The real question Towanda needs to ask herself is whether she believes she's strong enough to stand on her own. Your goal, to discover the true self.
That's a great one.
And you're going to get a divine opportunity to find that out today.
Amen.
Because I have
so
a
ready.
wonderful, wonderful assignment for you.
Thank you.
And that assignment is that you're going to go out singing today. Not at the karaoke bar, but at the mall.
Okay.
A cappella.
Okay.
Standing on your own and singing. We get the opportunity to see if who you are as Towanda is strong enough to stand on its own.
This is going to be a very interesting ride for me. A very interesting ride for Towanda. I'm very curious on how it's going to end.
It seems like she's competing with everybody in this damn house, and it's getting on my nerves.
I believe it's going to get worse before it gets better.
So how's it going so far?
It's good. I told my story today.
Oh, Lord. Did you have to tell them?
Yep.
What did they say?
One of them was like, you mean Toni Braxton's your sister? And I said, yes. I love her. I just love her. You go, girl. You know who said that. So, guess what my assignment is?
What is it?
I have to sing in public at a mall.
You kidding?
No.
And just stand in the middle of the mall and sing. Well, what's the point of that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I won't know until I get there.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Yeah? So you know what we're gonna do today?
Nope.
We are gonna create your steps.
Okay.
And you're gonna help me do that because bottom line is we gotta figure out what you believe is gonna help you develop independence. Let's talk about all the things you think you need to do or to feel or to be in order to develop independence.
Okay.
Just go ahead and list a bunch and I'll write them down. And
Just not in order.
not in order. Just go ahead and just list away.
Travel.
Travel. So
To be able to get to and from.
Okay, to and from.
And be confident in doing that.
Confident.
And feel safe.
Safe.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Okay, now what about your mom?
My mom?
You've talked about your mom before. You've talked about how, I think the word you used is dependent.
We are.
Yes. So tell me about your mom's role in your new wanting to develop independence.
I want my mom's role to be the stereotypical, I live on my own, she lives on her own.
Mm-hmm.
We call each other. We meet up for lunch sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to call and ask for a ride because I can meet her there.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of relationship, that kind of bond.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18 and you're going to be a senior in college?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. How does it feel to hear wow? Like, wow, like I'm impressed. How does it feel to impress someone? Wow.
To impress Rhonda?
Yes.
It feels great to impress you.
Okay, great. Now, have you had a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
What's the longest relationship you've had at the tender age of 18?
About 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And only broke up for just a little while.
And have you seen him since you've been diagnosed? No. Does he even know?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew. So Matthew knows. And what does Matthew think?
He doesn't care. He loves me anyways.
So how often do you talk to Matthew?
Not very often. I try.
You try? So do you call him? Does he call you? Do you
We
email?
both do.
Both?
It's hard to get a hold of each other. And my mom, I don't think my mom likes him. She claims to like him.
Oh, okay, so
That's
your mom
another thing.
doesn't like him.
But I know my dad doesn't like him, that's for sure.
Why not?
His race.
Is he African American?
Yes, he is.
Is there anybody in your house that you, like, have bonded with or anything?
Oh, my roommate, Towanda.
Yeah?
Do you remember the Braxtons, the group, the Braxtons?
Yeah?
That's who she is. Toni Braxton's her sister.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, because remember how they had a group called the Braxtons?
Right.
Yeah, see, she told us that whole story, and I was like, wow, because I kind of knew she looked familiar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My assignment is to meet Iyanla at a shopping plaza and to sing a song in front of everyone.
Hey, Towanda. Good. So, you didn't change.
I didn't.
This is your debut singing.
I know.
Is that how you want the world to see you?
Well, I want it to be comfortable.
Out in the public.
Out in the public.
All right, well, come on, let's go see
But I know comfort is not a good thing. I should have been uncomfortable.
How do you feel about this?
I feel a little uncomfortable.
Talk to me.
I've never done anything quite like this, but I've gone on edge before.
As we move toward discovering the true self, it's about whether or not who you are and what you have can stand on its own. You have to know that. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Do you know it, and can you stand in it, and can you be in it?
I feel that I can.
Well, today we're going to have an experience that demonstrates that.
How will Towanda sing and feel without the Braxtons by her side?
So you're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. We're going to put up a sign. We're going to announce you. I'll be your favorite cheerleader. I'll be here rooting you on. Might even pass the bucket. I don't know.
Towanda's voice is the voice that held the Braxtons together. Now it's time for her to find her own voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Miss Towanda Smith. Be nice to her. Give her some love, why don't you?
I'm feeling anxious. I can't wait to get started. And I can't wait to finish.
Towanda was the middle child, the one who didn't get all the attention. Well, it's time for her to discover who she is beyond her famous last name and her position in the family.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? It's like the smaller the crowd, the more nervous I become. Oh, the land of the free. Feeling great about my performance, and I'm thinking that this is my only performance, so I'm like, taking a breath that is finally over.
And then we're going to see if we get any different response here.
Okay.
Now, this is it. We'll know for sure.
We'll know for sure.
So tell me about the love you have for Matthew.
He's my high school sweetheart. He's as close to perfect as I know. And he adores me, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was very strange because the first day I saw him,
You know?
he was
wasn't black anymore, he wasn't African American, and he had no race. I wish my family would grow up about it, because it hit me and I saw it, so they need to.
It's frustrating because he's not seen me since December when I started having vision problems. And he hasn't been here for me to cry on.
I'd like to add a step called accept blindness. Because I really want, when you walk out of this house, to really accept. I asked you at the doctor's office, you know, where are you in, you know, accepting your blindness?
Like an 8.
Yeah, you were an 8. When we first started, you were a little bit lower, and now you're an 8. So I'd like to get that up to a 10. Is that okay?
Definitely.
What does that step mean to you? How does that work?
Well, to accept it is probably the bigger step because it's the foundation of it all.
Great. Well, I think you said it best. Do you feel comfortable writing, or would you like me to write them for you?
You could write them.
Okay. And then for number 2, just write redefine. And I'm gonna leave this one blank.
Okay.
Because I want a little space for me and you to maybe create something different.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
It's definitely okay.
Okay.
The hardest step will probably be accepting my blindness.
Thank you.
I want you to choose a card. Don't look at it. Give it to me. The way I act like a victim is I complained about the small room.
Okay, so this exercise is to look at these words and see how they apply to you. Actually, with this particular exercise, you don't really need another person. You could use a dog, right?
The way I act ugly is I put on makeup every single day, no matter what.
You act ugly by putting on makeup?
Well, yeah.
What does that mean?
To cover up how I feel about myself.
Okay. Since I wear very little makeup, some mascara and a lipstick, what does that say about me? Does that mean that I have huge amounts of self-esteem and I think I'm so beautiful if I don't wear any makeup? Okay.
And that's it.
So are you empowered now? You feel taller, deeper, more spiritual?
It's hard for me. I'm having a really hard time.
Really?
Yes. I would have sworn that I was very aware of myself, and I have found out today that I'm really not.
Ladies and gentlemen, come join me in welcoming Miss Towanda Braxton. Thank you. It's time for Towanda to find and share her own voice and to realize that her talent, her gift, isn't about her sister. It's about her.
Oh, the ramparts we wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The people there at the plaza responded in a positive way both times.
Not that it doesn't matter that you're her sister, because I don't care what you do, you're gonna be her sister.
Right.
But it doesn't stop you. Do you get that?
Mm-hmm.
So to the question, is what I have strong enough to stand on its own? What would you answer?
Yes.
Yes. So now our work is about really discovering what that is.
Right.
Is that good?
That's good.
Good for you. I'm so proud of you.
Hey, so what'd you do?
sang, you know where the Virgin Story is?
I don't know that, but tell me what you did.
I sang the Star Spangled Banner twice. And that was it.
Did you hit the high note?
Yeah.
Did you remember all the words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got it right there. And the Rockets' red glare?
Yeah.
T has just come back from a record store where she had to perform the Star Spangled Banner. And as she's walking in the door, Miss Deborah starts singing the Star Spangled Banner.
And the Rockets' red glare.
As Deborah sings the same song that I had to sing during the exercise, it actually reminds me of several people that I'm around at the karaoke bar, and that is, hey, look what I can do. I can do it too.
Oh, say, can you hear by the dawn's early light?
That's getting on my nerves already. God, she frustrates me so much.
I know. Was still there.
It seems like she's competing with everybody in this damn house. It's getting on my nerves.
Oh, say, does that Star Spangled?
With Deborah reacting and acting this way, I believe it's going to get worse before it gets better.